Yo guys, what is up? Welcome back to some more Zero Hour. Today we're off Tournament Desert on this particular replay, which I'm happy about. We're on Tournament City and we've got an absolutely epic, historical standoff between two epic players, two of the best ever players to touch Zero Hour. We've got BiG-SiZe versus MaD, RaGe in what looks like a GLA mirror. BiG-SiZe in the top left with the GLA Vanilla in the yellow. Got MaD, RaGe in the bottom right with the GLA Tox as the cyan color. So, yeah, like I said, we're on Tournament City. This is a bit of a weird map. I don't think I've casted many or any games on this map before. Generally, I haven't seen that many people play on it, and of the games that I have seen played on it, you don't see that many epic games. I think I've seen a couple, but I'm led to believe that this is going to be an absolutely epic game today. This is not a recent replay, by the way. This is at least 1 year old, maybe even a little bit longer. But again, upvoted as one of the best replays on this. Well, actually, I think it's the only gold replay of this map. I mean, there's only, like I was saying recently, on Game Replays, which is their main website where you can download replays, in the gold section, it's been 17 years of Zero Hour, but there's only 20 gold replays. And if you actually check the gold replays, a lot of them are really, really old. So they're like from 2004, 2005, 2006. A large percentage of them were way back then. And then ever since then, when the player base became less, it became harder because you had to get a certain amount of votes to become gold. So since the player base was less, obviously that percentage of people, the number of people required to get a gold replay became harder and harder. This was one of the ones in the kind of new generation did get it in the last couple of years, at least, or 2 or 3 years. But a large proportion of them are actually really, really old, and a lot of them, there are outdated metas and outdated build orders, lots of mistakes in them as well, whereas it tends to be right now people's voting on what's a gold replay is very, very harsh. You can have an absolutely perfect replay, but people will still vote in no, and it baffles me, to be honest, how we can only have 20 gold replays in 17 years of Zero Hour. It completely baffles. Anyway, regardless of that, we've got fighting all over the map. RaGe taking control of the center, does take down a technical there. He's got the stronger army here because he is Tox. Mistake from probably, you could say, from both players is that they've boxed off this little supply crate here. So later on, their workers are going to have to go all the way around to collect. This one's actually doing it already randomly. Not sure what that work is doing. But the annoying thing about this map, I'm not sure if there is a balanced version of this map or not. Technical here from RaGe. Not sure if there is a balanced version of this map or not. But the thing that is imbalanced, technical goes down, is imbalanced is this this supply here. You have to build a supply right back here and right here to collect long distance up here. Again, this is based on a C&C 3 map. I can't remember if it was the original name was Tournament City. I think it might have been. But in that map, I think the city was more larger in the middle. It wasn't just one building. I think, anyway, don't quote me. Yeah, anyone who's played a C&C 3 for a few games, you probably would have recognized this. And I'm sure it's actually bottom right to top left. Maybe. But yeah, it's a C&C 3 map. Okay, RaGe taking the oil in the south. SiZe got the oil in the north. The building is being captured by RaGe in the beginning, which you would expect from Tox, to be honest. You would expect that to happen. SiZe's going to pop out his stuff here and stop this technical getting in. Saves all of his workers. Really, really nice pick off there from SiZe. SiZe now expanded to 3 supplies. I imagine he's going to be going Palace pretty soon. I imagine both players are going to be going Palace pretty soon. But RaGe's workers are long distance collecting. This is real annoying for him. I think it's because he's collecting from that pile on the side. SiZe trying to take some more control in the middle. He's got a tunnel here, but it's going to be real hard for him to push that. I mean, a toxin tunnel with a building loaded full of RPGs. I mean, literally, it's almost full. It's only 3 away from full. That's a super strong building that SiZe doesn't want to be engaged anytime soon. And they're Tox RPGs as well, so that their accuracy and their travel rate is better than the GLA Vanilla, as I've covered in a GLA training video before, or my latest GLA Tox training video. So SiZe has managed to get a tunnel into RaGe's base. This is one thing that SiZe is really good about. No matter which game from which year you watch of him, he's always really good at creeping forward with his tunnels, whereas RaGe kind of stopped here, and he's even got a worker there. And SiZe has actually crept forward here. SiZe is so good at creeping forward and gaining ground with his tunnels. If anyone wants to take anything away from SiZe's gameplay as GLA, that's one thing you can take away from him. And also, he never techs up too soon. He always makes sure he gets enough units out before he fights. In this situation, though, he might need to actually go for the palace faster, which might have to eat my words on what I just said. He's not going to be able to hold this, I don't think. Because he is against Tox, the Scorpions are just so much stronger than anything that GLA Vanilla can make until you get onto the buggy. So in this case, he's having to tech up a little bit faster. I don't know if he's teching up faster than RaGe. I think he actually is. He actually is. There's been loads of games, GLA versus GLA, from SiZe and RaGe, and if you actually watch them all, it looks like RaGe adapted. RaGe used to be the player who would go the faster palace and make more markets, and SiZe would have the bigger army. But it looked like the longer you watch the replays between them both, RaGe slowly adapted, and RaGe actually became more like SiZe in the sense that he would still sometimes tech up fast, but generally he would tech up slower and make more units, because the units, obviously, I always say units win games and base defenses don't. It's alright having 100 black markets, but if you don't have any army to defend them, you will still lose. So that's the interesting development I've seen personally from between watching the replays between these two players. Tunnels do go down there. SiZe has been pushed right back, and this is exactly what I mean. You see RaGe is tacking up now, whereas SiZe has actually gone for a faster palace here. But I think the armies do play a difference here as well. SiZe is now being pushed back even further, but that palace isn't built in a really good place, protecting that tunnel somewhat, but the tunnel's probably still going to go down. This is what I mean about the Scorpions taking out the RPGs so easily. Just with the Scorpion rocket and the Toxin, the RPGs go down so quick. Still a tunnel here from SiZe, no action there. These RPGs might take out the Scorpion though, because there isn't enough of them. But you see what I mean? Tanks just taking out infantry is just crazy. The RPGs are supposed to be the counter to Scorpions, but because they just start with the Toxin shells. Maybe that's something if EA ever came back to Zero Hour and wanted to balance the game, which maybe they will do in the future, maybe the remaster or something. If they did want to balance the game, then that's probably something they could look at, removing the Toxin shells from Tox, because the tunnels are already insanely powerful, much more strong than the GLA, the regular GLA counterpart. So maybe taking away the shells that start for the tanks, or maybe you could leave them. Maybe you could just nerf the tunnel or something like that. It's just my initial thoughts. SiZe again creeping forward with this worker. He does not care, even if the worker is completely surrounded. He's always trying to gain ground, and here again he's doing the same. So after I said it, he's still continuing to do it. So SiZe, that's how he often ends up. Like, you look at his GLA end games, you often see him with a decent map control, generally more than the opponent towards the end game. In this case, though, RaGe is the dominant one. RaGe is taking most of the map control, so SiZe is going to be under a bit of pressure here. He's dropping down a tunnel there, and RaGe can see that. It's well within vision, but RaGe is just... Let's kick up some dirt. And I think that's one thing. Like, sometimes you're so concentrating on the game, even if there is a tunnel right in your base, or right in the back of your base, or right in front of your base, sometimes you just have to allow it to get up because you're concentrating elsewhere. Like, RaGe is obviously concentrating here, but meanwhile, the tunnel has got it right in the middle of his base. I mean, that tunnel could pop now, but it is pretty much surrounded by stuff. I think I heard a Jarman. We've got buggies out from SiZe. Terratech from RaGe, but is that going to hit? It is going to hit. Kills the War Factory, gets some XP for that. He's level 3 already. 1,682 XP points. And SiZe is taking a beating, really, because his buggies have all been taken out there. Jarman Keller's going to have a field day. He's going to vet himself up as well. Makes him... I don't think it makes him faster. It makes him have more HP. And I think probably you could say he causes more damage. I don't know the stats exactly. Anytime I want my stats, I always go to a guy called SkyMix. You've probably seen him on my channel a few times before. And I always ask him the details, like he knows how to check the files and see what kind of increases the units get from upgrades and stuff like that in veterancy. Okay, so Jean Michel is back out. This tunnel has been taken out, but you see this tunnel has been causing a problem. This Jean Michel needs to move eventually, because that tunnel will just complete. SiZe is just being a nuisance, but I mean, RaGe is so far ahead because there's a whole extra supply ahead. I mean, he's +1 and SiZe is -1 in terms of supply. So SiZe is way behind here. He's got 1 oil, but RaGe's also got one oil. So RaGe's in a really, really decent position. Still long distance collecting from that pile over there. But obviously the reason he's boxed in his workers is to try and protect him from techs. But just in the long run, that's actually slowing his workers down. That tunnel is finally cleared up now. It looks like he's got the gamma upgrade. Oh no, he doesn't have the gamma upgrade actually. You see if he's got the gamma upgrade by selecting the RPG and see if he's got that colored in or not. SiZe is taking back some oil control. Or not taking back, rather just taking more oil control. He's already got the top one. It does look like he's got the gamma upgrade, but I mean, why are they shooting pink missiles? Maybe they normally shoot pink missiles. Maybe that's a little bit faster when he's got gamma. Yeah, he doesn't have the gamma upgrade. Oh no, he does have the gamma upgrade because that's colored in there. Oh no, it's the I'm getting confused on it. He does have the gamma upgrade. That's the confusing thing, because actually you get that upgrade there, and I think the gamma does exactly the same, or does even better than the AP rockets. Actually, I think it's the same. So the AP rockets and the gamma both affect it, but gamma isn't actually there. So yeah, that's what confused me. He does have the gamma upgrade. The tunnel's become far more stronger. His battle burst is going to be insanely powerful. SiZe, like I said in a previous replay, I think you remember the game versus Fargo where he recaptured his oil. Sorry, recaptured the ground around his oil, but then he chose to kill his own oil. But in this case, he's actually choosing to capture it. And this is normally what you see SiZe do. This is more of SiZe's style. He likes to gain some ground and then recapture it. But you could say actually here, he is behind because he's lost that supply here. That's a bit of a kick in the teeth to SiZe. So to RaGe, sorry. Toxin Tractor in his supply line. Ironically, of all things, there's a Toxin Tractor affecting the workers of the Tox General. Don't know what RaGe is doing. RaGe is just kind of chilling at the top here. He does have a big army there. He's not pushing just yet. He is pushing now. RaGe's oil is being captured, and there's loads and loads of buggies out. This is where you see what I was saying about SiZe before. He usually drops down 1 or 2 markets, gets the upgrades that he needs, and then he'll just primarily spam units. So he's spamming loads and loads of buggies in this case. Because that's going to regain him this supply, and then he can capture it for himself, rather than dropping down loads of markets and bunkering up. It's actually investing into units instead. That is something you see a lot of the weaker players do. They drop down. Ooh, Tox Rebel Ambush is going to kill so much. And he's getting the bounty from it as well. SiZe is bringing reinforcements here, so he is going to kill a lot of this, but he's going to lose potentially 1 quad. 1 buggy comes in from the top. Miss micro there from RaGe. RaGe does escape, but he has lost a lot of his army. Busters and... sorry, 1 bus and the Scorpions coming in now. Yeah, what I was saying is one thing you see a lot of the weaker players do is they drop down loads and loads of markets, but they sacrifice their army because of it. They don't produce as much army, whereas SiZe does the opposite. He likes to drop down less markets and more army, generally anyway. Sometimes I say these things and they go and do the opposite, but generally that's what SiZe likes to do. He's pushing back RaGe now for the time being. That Toxin Tract has left a big part of Tox, and the workers are not going to be able to collect there for a long time. I think RaGe is going to force fire and try to clear it. That is a bug in the game where I don't know if it's really, you probably could say it's a bug where you force fire the ground and it actually overrides the toxin that's already there. It can't double up, I think. So RaGe will now be able to collect back from that supply. And the south got SiZe building a tunnel. And the buggies at range killing this tunnel for RaGe. So SiZe is pushing back RaGe. Two tunnels and the barracks have gone down now, but there's so many buggies here from SiZe. I don't know what RaGe is going to do against it, to be honest. He's brought one. He's got 1 buggy, 1 bus that's empty. He's got a bus coming in from the top. He might catch these buggies out of place. That's what he needs. His buggies at range are just going to kill the battle bus so quick. Another battle bus goes down. So this is really, really good control here from Size. But quite a few of his buggies are going down there. Only got 4 buggies left now. But one more fake market. Command center being built by Size. Size is ahead in terms of XP. There's another Toxin tractor here harassing, and Size is pushing RaGe back once again in the middle. I think Size might actually retake this supply now. I don't know if RaGe should have switched into producing buggies sooner rather than producing the buses and the Scorpions. Because if he had the massive advantage, so if he just copied the army composition that Size had, being the buggies, maybe he could have just evened it out just based on that. But it's these buggies that are winning the game for Size now. I wouldn't say maybe he's winning, it's still pretty even, but it's getting him back into it because RaGe for sure had a big advantage before. That oil at the top's now killed, but the one at the south does belong to Size. RaGe is being pushed right back. He might just die right here, to be honest. I mean, against these buggies, the only thing he can do is produce his own buggies. Oh, there's a Jarman there. Is he going to snipe it? Nah, he doesn't snipe it. Yeah, the only thing he can do is wait for the rebel ambush or get his own buggies. I mean, we saw what happened with the buses. What will be interesting if they go back inside, if they both go inside of this building, because I think if one Jarman's in there and the other Jarman goes in. Oh, did the Jarman die? I think he did. I think he died. Yeah, he died. Yeah, if one hero is in and you go in with the other, I think the one inside dies. So that might be why he went in and then went out and then went back in. It may be a little bit hesitant. One buggy does get sniped in the south. Size is pushing forward again, but only with just some rebel and a couple of RPGs. Ooh, this would be an interesting fight. Angry mob against the... oh no, it's not a Tox rebel, is it? Size just got the normal rebels. So both players have killed a lot of their armies, so they're both reduced to not many units on the screen. We've got an angry mob still running forward here. It always annoys me how the angry mobs move across the map. I mean, that's probably going to lose a load of HP just because it's moving like an absolute idiot. Quad in the buggy is going to take that out, so that angry mob did not achieve very much. These rebels just going to give free bounty money really to Size. Probably just wants to keep them back rather than give away the XP and give away the bounty money. Buggies again at distance, taking out RaGe's units. Yeah, RaGe just needs more buggies. It's always the buggies that are killing RaGe. That's the only thing that's killing RaGe. I mean, if he just does buggies versus buggies, yeah, his buggies are more expensive. I think they're like 1100 versus these are 900. But you've got the Rebel Ambush that evens it out. Like, Rebel Ambush can just annihilate a whole army. I suppose the downside is you won't then have bounty. So I suppose there's pros and cons again to both. Like with most things in Zero Hour. But it just seems to be the buggies are having loads and loads of success against RaGe. So you see here, as soon as you switch into a load of buggies, now Size's army has been reduced to pretty much nothing. Even with the GPS scramble, as soon as they fire, they reveal themselves, and now they've gone down. Sneak attack still there for Size, though, and RaGe is on 4 markets, I think. Still long distance collecting from there. Size on a 1 oil, and 1, 2, 3, 4 markets as well. It's actually very, very even. But RaGe has been collecting from the middle for a lot longer, and Size is not even collecting from here at all. Bit of an engagement here. Size come out on top with 3 buggies. Yeah, game might slow down a bit because there's only a few units out for each. I mean, there's still action, but it's just less units out now because they've. It's like mutually assured destruction, aka MaD RaGe's name. The MaD stands for, according to their Clan Wars bio, is mutually assured destruction. And so far between these two players, that's what it seems like. I think you probably could say RaGe has still got the advantage. I mean, in terms of markets, they're still even, and Size is still not on that supply, whereas RaGe is trying to retake it. But C&C has just been a real thorn in RaGe's side here with this sneak attack. But to be honest, that sneak attack could have been killed ages ago by RaGe. I mean, he had the opportunity to kill it, I think, but just left it in his base. Maybe he just forgot about it or missed it. But he also needs to kill this oil down the south. Maybe a TNT from RaGe. RaGe is spending all his money, though. John Kill sniped a buggy, took out an RPG. RaGe's going to try and get that buggy himself. I don't know if he's just upgraded all the upgrades. I think he has got all the upgrades. Yeah, because generally if the enemy has the upgrades and you retake it, I don't think you get the upgrades with it. But RaGe has just upgraded everything. It's probably why he's on lower money. Or low money at that point. He doesn't have a junk repair. C&C doesn't have junk repair. But I think both players are now mined out, and RaGe is pushing back C&C again from this area. Another one of C&C's units has been sniped. That oil, I suppose, gives C&C the advantage because he... well, not the advantage now that RaGe has got this, actually. I was going to say, if RaGe was off this, then he does have the advantage because he's got four markets plus the oil. Both players are 5-star now, so we could see an Anthrax bomb from C&C dropped here. We did see one earlier from RaGe on top of C&C. I think an Anthrax bomb here would be pretty nice. You kill all these buggies, the angry mob, the RPGs. RPGs are leaving the scene, so it won't kill the RPGs anymore. C&C could sell one supply if he wanted to. Wouldn't get that much money back from it. I think you get what you get is 550 from a GLA sell on a supply. Sneak attack taken out very, very fast there. Black market being dropped down in the middle from RaGe is pretty brave, considering you probably would want to drop it like back here, just a little bit extra safety. It is quite close to the front line. Buggies and one quad out for RaGe. You're going to try and maybe take out the palace. With the help of the angry mob, that might actually go down. Anthrax now coming in to save the day. It's going to kill Jarman as well. Ooh, that's a really, really decent Anthrax. C&C was saving that for, like I say, a rainy day, and actually saved that for an amazingly rainy day. That was literally a thunderstorm. And, yeah, successfully wipes out everything of RaGe and gets all the bounty money from it as well. Really, really decently played by C&C. RaGe is on still 3, 4, 5. Yes, that was 4. This is 5 markets. But he can collect from this eventually. It's going to be another 7k there. And RaGe actually not out of army completely. Did have some stuff left in his tunnel. This battle burst, though, go now fast. Did take out 1 or 2 buggies. I think it was 1. C&C just winning this engagement so well. I mean, that bus was a really, really expensive loss. I mean, what is it? Like 1,000, I think it costs. But then plus all the RPGs, I mean, that's 8 times 300 inside there, providing it was full. Maybe Jarman Cal was in there as well. Yeah, this Jarman and the rocket buggies for C&C just doing real wonders for C&C and in terms of these engagements. This Jarman is not going to be able to use a sniper ability. He needs a couple more seconds, I think. Maybe even like 10 or 15 more seconds. Waiting for the rebel ambush from RaGe, actually. It might completely wipe out this army. I can't remember the last time it was used. It might have been recently, but I can't remember. I don't remember it being used. Anthrax bomb coming in from RaGe, and C&C is quick to move. It's not really going to achieve half as much as what C&C achieved before, but a rebel ambush is used, and it's killed most of it, but a lot of C&C's stuff did escape. 3 buggies escaped. Yeah, 3 buggies escaped. So C&CiZe handled them overpowered General's promotions like an absolute beast. And now his arms dealer is taking a beating. So RaGe has played this amazingly, but somehow his arms dealer and main base is still under threat. He must be scratching his head. How is C&CiZe doing this right now? How is C&CiZe still in this game after taking control of the middle, collecting on both of the supplies in the middle? C&CiZe just proving why he's an absolute monster, taking out the arms dealer. Supply for now for RaGe going down as well. And I don't know, maybe this is just going to be a clear up of RaGe's base. I mean, RaGe hasn't got an answer for this at the moment. Anthrax Bomb has been used. Rebel Ambush has been used. There's a Jarman here, so a Jarman's not going to be useful. Busters are useless. We saw that already. The only thing I can think of that can kill this is just going to be his own rocket buggies. That's the only thing. These are too fast to be like scudded. Too fast and too long distance for quads and scorps and buses. GPS scrambled as well. There is a Jarman still running around. Sneak attack has been dropped down from RaGe. That's more of just a distraction, I think. And there is a Jarman kill standoff here. He could kill it. Yeah, he killed it. I think he scanned. He's actually used the scan ability there. RaGe's Palace now under threat. RaGe's going to try and pick off a few of these. This is a bad engagement for C&CiZe because he's going to kill the Palace. Maybe kill the Palace. But actually his buggies from behind are being picked off. Jarman Keller's back here, and C&CiZe's army is thinning out a bit, but he still has the buggy numbers, that's for sure. Jarman Kell clearing up loads and loads of stuff. There is RPGs here, so C&CiZe needs to be careful. Did lose 2 buggies, one to the Jarman and the rest of the RPGs. C&CiZe's just going to kill the remaining buggy rather, so he doesn't give it away to RaGe. This oil here though for C&CiZe, that I don't know if that's been forgotten about by RaGe, or if he's just so busy that he hasn't had time to think about it. But yeah, that oil is a big game changer in keeping C&CiZe in the game, I would say. I mean, every minute that goes by, it gives 1,000 to C&CiZe. Obviously, it's $200 every 12 seconds, as far as I can remember. So yeah, 1,000 every minute. Angry Mob is so thinned out. I think there's only like literally one guy. Oh no, there's a few guys left in the mob actually. Decent hits on the Scorpion rockets there with the on the buggies. Several buggies went down, but now the Scorpions are at range. The buggies is going to have free reign on getting kills there, but needs to be careful of the angry mobs though. There's another angry mob here. But even the angry mob, if just left alone versus the buggies will just outrange it again and just kill that too. Especially with Jarman here. Jarman and the buggies is a super deadly combination for any GLA to face. Rebel ambush placed down by RaGe. Just clear a load of buggies, and the Jarman Kell is trying to clear this as well. Sneak attack inside his base. Big engagement for C&CiZe to defend it, but the Scorpions are reigning supreme over these quads. There are a few buggies out for C&CiZe though, but the annoying thing is that these black markets are actually covering the sneak attack and some of the Scorpions. Now one black market is dead. They're going to be able to get some hits off at least, but another black market for C&CiZe is going to go down. It's hurting C&CiZe's economy, but he still has this oil, which as I always say is worth 1.6 black markets. I mean, it collects the same money as 1.6 black markets and gets you the same money as that. So he's on, like, you could say 1.6 there, one market there, one market there. So he's on like 3.6 markets. Very, very specific. RaGe is on. It's going to be on 3 in the middle once that finishes building. Another buggy taken out there. 4, 5, 6, 7. So RaGe is going to have like double the economy. SiZe does have the better bounty. I don't know if RaGe has any bounty. Actually, I haven't been paying attention to that. But the black market at the top going to go down. This Anthrax bomb coming. And I don't know if SiZe is going to react to that. Sneak attack is placed right down behind the buggies. Just a little bit too late. If it literally been 1 or 2 seconds earlier, probably would have killed all of them buggies. Just shows you a couple of seconds can mean everything in Zero. So, yeah, 3.6 markets against pretty much 7. Sneak attack there taken out. Again, Jarman and these buggies seems to be SiZe's only unit composition. It seems to be working so well. SiZe's Jarman was taken out, sorry, a black market taken out. One more buggy has been sniped. We're approaching the 33rd minute mark. This is a long replay. And action all the way through. No messing around in this one. No super bunkering, loads of scud storms, black markets, ultra spam. There's been loads and loads of action throughout. I still think RaGe has got a big advantage just in terms of money. That is a mistake though from RaGe. He's not rebuilt it with the worker. Or continued building it. And this is what I was saying about this black market might have been out of position because now that's wide open to the for hits from these buggies. That said, though, even back in his base, SiZe have been taking out the safe ones in inverted commas. Even in RaGe's base, yeah. So really, where is safe against BiG-SiZe? You probably could say nowhere. SiZe will seek out your buildings and your base and find it wherever. Okay, so SiZe is coming to attack again with these buggies. He's going to take out probably all of the Scorpions, I would imagine. RaGe is just running away as fast as he can. Does not want to fight with these buggies again. He's lost so many engagements against this mass buggy spam from SiZe so far. This tunnel seems to be a weird position for these buggies to fight at because of this terrain here. Always loses one, it seems. Buggies now from the back. Oh, RaGe might lose all of his buggies. Didn't lose any, weirdly, and he's used the Tox Rebel ambush to actually deny SiZe's army. So the markets are going down left, right, and center for SiZe. He only has one market. I was going to say he has none, but he actually has one. But RaGe still needs to be careful. He doesn't want to waste all of his units to snipe one buggy. SiZe now again pushing with these massive buggies, massive buggy army rather, in RaGe's base. Command center is taking a beating. Command center is not going to be able to be saved. RaGe is desperately trying to save it, but this whole middle area is now under threat. Really, if RaGe doesn't get back up the numbers against these buggies from SiZe, I don't know what his answer is going to be for them. So RaGe has got his palace. This is a mistake, though, man. This is not even a fake. I don't think that's literally $2,500. So yeah, the mistakes from RaGe here have been that oil has been left for ages. And this market has not been finished. I think if he sorted them two things out, he'd be in a much stronger position. I mean, he still might win this. Remember, SiZe's markets have been taken out as well, so SiZe is literally only on one market and the oil, of course. But if RaGe had TNT'd that a while ago, Size would not be anywhere near as strong as he is now, I'm sure of it. Because of that sheer amount of money. I mean, you guys can go back in the replay and watch when Size retook that. And every minute that's gone by is an extra 1,000. So let's say he took it 20 minutes ago. Because we're on 36 minutes. Let's say he took it 20 minutes ago. That's 20k. That's 20k, man. 20k can build you what? A massive army twice? Crazy. Okay, so I'm not sure how many units RaGe's actually got. He lost the Scorpion there. He's got a few units in his tunnel. But it's just this army here from Size needs reducing in size. And 2 buggies do go down, but RaGe's lost 2 buggies in the process. RaGe has got, well, he's got 2 markets, but that one is still not finished. I can't believe RaGe has left that. So RaGe is losing everything in the middle now. I actually... Well, it looks really good in favor of Size, but you just got to remember that the Tox Rebel Ambush will just clear those buggies. So once that is deployed, then I'm not sure what Size's answer behind that is going to be. Size is sending some workers around. Don't know if he's going to... I can hear something being captured. Oh, he went and got that buggy again. Oh, but actually, because he captured it, RaGe actually gets the bounty for it. If he just left it, he wouldn't have lost the $200 from the worker, and he wouldn't have gave RaGe the bounty. Of course, he didn't know he was going to get hit with a Tox bomb at that point. But this is what I mean. This is exactly what I mean. These Tox Rebels are so strong. Just wipes out the whole of Size's army. Size is dropping down another market now in the south. Size doesn't have anything. He does not have an answer for this right now. He's losing his only black market. He's building another one. Probably even wants to cancel that one and just produce units because there's nothing that Size can do now against this big push at the top from RaGe. That Tox Rebel Ambush just literally cleared up all of Size's buggies. And Size does not have an answer. Oh no, the buggies have been produced too early. And that's even more bounty money for RaGe. Size now can produce... I'm not sure how many units he can have. Probably like 2 buggies, maybe? Didn't check his cash exactly. I saw he spent some money. So the buggies are out now. One of RaGe's picked off. And another one. But one of Size's... There's 1 buggy versus 1 buggy left. But actually more reinforcements now. Scorpion. 2 buggies from RaGe. The Palace going down for Size, and now Size cannot produce any more buggies. So maybe he's spammed buggies before that Palace went down, because they will still continue to build as long as you queued them before. Buggies from Size here again, taking out some of RaGe's army, but RaGe, if he can reinforce this. And also just take down the number of Size. Size must have used loads of buggies actually because he's still producing them. So Size is desperately trying to hold on. Most of RaGe's army is now cleared up. All cleared up. And Size is back on 1 market, 1 oil. RaGe is not stopping with the aggression. He's back in Size's base now. And the tunnel has gone down. From the back though, RaGe is here from the back with his own buggies. And some of these are stealthed, I think, are they? Are they stealth, or I'm imagining that? Maybe they're not stealth. Maybe I'm just imagining that. I think I'm imagining it. I've been watching a lot of replays today. This is my 3rd replay cast of today. So maybe my eyes are going funny. I don't think any of these are stealth, are they? Nah, they're not. It's just my eyes playing up on me. Been so used to seeing these stealth buggies. Ah, there we go. See, I just saw into the future. That's what it was. Literally just saw into the future. So MaD RaGe... He's now on 2 markets at the top right. Pretty evenly matched though, but you actually, economically, Size is actually ahead because that's worth 0.6, 1.6. If Size holds on here and actually kills RaGe's army in the process, RaGe is actually behind, yeah, in terms of economy. But RaGe does have the better support powers, though, so probably still would prefer to be in a RaGe's position just because the support powers are just crazy overpowered. That tunnel there from C&C is probably going to go down. Maybe if it is just going to die, maybe just sell it, get the $100 back. Save RaGe getting the bounty, which he did. I'm usually against selling tunnels, but that was probably a case where every $100 is going to help. C&C on 2,200. He's actually making a palace, so he wants to get more buggies out. I think he knows buggies is his way to victory. He can't just be making quads or scorpions at this point in the game. He still has his command center, so he's going to have Anthrax. I don't remember the last time he used that either. RaGe being brave with his rebels. He's trying to capture some of the buildings of C&C, but I don't think that's going to happen somehow. I think he's just using his spare rebels that he had from the rebel ambush. But they're all going to get cleared up. And actually, if anything, just give C&C the bounty. Tox rebel ambush has been used at the top. But again, didn't really achieve much. I mean, they killed one thing. But it's just giving the C&C the veterancy and also the bounty money. Really, really explosive. Just in case you didn't think it was explosive enough, warning, it is actually really explosive. Just saying. Rebels taken out there from C&C, and we're approaching 44 minutes. I mean, how long is this replay? How long is this replay going to go? We must be... Is it going to go like an hour, I think? Maybe it is. RaGe's arms dealer is going to get caught out of position. Probably could have sold that a while ago, to be fair, because now he might not get the money back from it. I don't think he is, actually. Nah, he's not. He's going to give C&C more veterancy and more money. Sneak attack and a terror attack finally from RaGe. Now takes out the oil. Funny little thing for you, I don't think I covered in the GLA Tox training, is that the Tox terrorists actually do less damage with the Gamma upgrade than without the Gamma upgrade. So he needed 4 there, but if you didn't get the Gamma upgrade from the Palace, so that upgrade there where my mouse cursor is now, then the 3 terrorists kill the oil, I'm pretty sure. Don't quote me exactly, I think 3 terrorists kill the oil, and then it requires 4 when you get the Gamma. But they definitely do less damage, that's 100%. So, yeah, crazy things happen in Zero Hour. Again, I was speaking to Skymix about that, and we reckon maybe the thing is that the terrorists actually are doing too much damage in the early game. They shouldn't be doing the same amount of damage as Demo, because that's what they do. They do the same amount of damage as Demo, which is really, really strange for Tox. Like, why would you get stronger terrorists as well as the Tox terrorists? Because they leave Toxin behind as well. So with the Gamma resets it back. So we think there's a few mistakes in Zero Hour, and that's potentially one of them. One of many. So game has slowed down a hell of a lot, 46 minutes in. I don't know if that timer is actually synced with real time or if this is 0 hour time, so the video might actually be a little bit longer or a little bit less than that. Obviously at this point, I don't know. Fake market being dropped down by C&C. His oil did go down, so that terror attack obviously. Whereas RaGe only on 2 markets, so C&C is going to be ahead economically when that palace is upgraded and when that black market is upgraded and finished. We just look at the map control of both players, so C&C has about that much. RaGe appears to have a little bit less, actually. RaGe is now well and truly in the base of C&C. And every unit counts now. When you're on this low of an economy, every unit counts. Sneak attack drop down. That is sizes actually, so that's more of just a distraction, I think, for RaGe's units. Scorpion. Scorpions almost take out the quad, but then more importantly, the buggy for RaGe did go down. Rebel ambush. That one wasn't so successful, really. I think the last couple from RaGe haven't been that great, actually. Initially, he's killed loads and loads of buggies, but then I think he's only killed just one unit, and the rest is just giving bounty money to Size. But literally, this is down to just a couple of units. Again, where every single unit counts. Size is selling one of his arms dealers because he knows it's going to go down to the angry mob. Does sell it just in time, gets his money back. But this angry mob and these rebels around the back, can they take out the arms dealer? Not 100%. With the help of this tunnel here? Maybe not. Let's see. RaGe dropping down a sneak attack of his own. Tunnel is taking some damage. Technical comes in to save the day and clears up the angry mob. And we're back to almost a stalemate. Just, again, literally, I always say the word literally. Just a couple of units on the screen. We've got Jarman still running around for RaGe, so he can still see everything that Size is doing. Well, at least on this part of the map. Jarman has sniped technical, and RaGe does not have very much at all. RaGe has a tunnel
complete
of 4 units inside, whereas RaGe has 3 units inside, so very, very evenly matched. Size is creeping forward in terms of the economy though, and RaGe is going to see this now because he's bringing his Jarman over here, so he's going to see 3 markets. He's going to see the 4th market as well, actually, so he knows how many markets Size has got. So that fake market was cancelled. Size actually invested that extra money into units, we can see, and Jarman needs to run away desperately. Has got the sniper ability, so actually sniped the radar van. The funny thing is, though, when it's sniped like that, I think it still detects everything around it because it belongs to a civilian. I think so, anyway. So I think when the Jarman goes near it, it still will be detected, even though it's been sniped. Actually, am I talking rubbish there? I think I'm talking rubbish. Actually, yeah, I'm talking rubbish. It's the overlord of the Gatling cannon that still detects it. I think, anyway. I want to test it now. Oh, I want to test it. I'm sure some people will let me know in the comments. I think, yeah, it's only the overlord of the Gatling cannon that still detects stealth after it dies, after it gets sniped. If your Jarman is near it, it still detects it. It's always annoying. Lost a fair few Jarmans to that. We're into the 50th minute, which is absolutely crazy. This tentacle is going to get caught out of place. Terratech does get taken out. That's a big loss of money for RaGe at this point in the game. You don't want to be losing that when you've only got 2 markets. Oh, it's graded to a 3rd fake. Might end in a draw. Draw games are known to happen in Zero Hour. They're extremely, extremely rare. I actually think in the C&C remaster, if you watched any of my videos on that, I think a draw in that can end a lot more often in a draw or a stalemate rather than in Zero Hour. In Zero Hour, I probably know of there's probably 4 or 5 draws I've seen, or maybe 6. Maybe 6 or 7 at the very max in literally 17 years of the game being out. I think I've only seen probably 6 or 7 maximum draws. So, draws can end in a command center versus a command center, or they can end with USA when both of them get those entered, and you just get left with barracks versus barracks, and you get snipers. It just literally ends in a stalemate because you just have snipers versus snipers, and the first one to move their snipers dies, so you just tend to leave them You just leave him in position outside your barracks. So yeah, I've had a few games like that before. I think that's probably the most common one to happen. But I think I did see a GLA. GLA versus something. I can't remember what it was actually. I think it was an XCal game actually. He had a palace on Tournament Desert on the left side by the oil and just had a Jean and Kell inside of it. I think it was versus Herb and it ended in a draw. I don't know if you remember that game or not. Rebel ambush from behind. Taking out loads of SiZe's army. And the last unit goes down as well. So actually SiZe doesn't have an army at the moment. He only has 1 unit inside of his tunnel. Now 2. And the sneak attack is pretty useless. You don't want to pop anything out of there because you literally get a face full of this stuff. Yeah, you don't want to fight that. You definitely don't want to fight that. SiZe with their own sneak attack, and actually you might achieve a lot here because SiZe does not have a lot of units out. SiZe is targeting the sneak attack more than anything. Does take out the sneak attack, so RaGe is going to be fully committed with this army here, but I don't think he really wanted to go back into his side of his sneak. He wants to cause maximum damage here. Buggy's coming in from a different angle from SiZe, taking out the Scorpions, so caused at least 2 to go very low. What's that technical got inside of it from SiZe? Is that just a distraction? Maybe it's just a distraction. SiZe has still got his buggies out. Both players actually on a healthy amount of money, 3k and 2k-ish. Tox ambush dropped down. It's going to kill the invisible technical. But actually, that Tox rebel ambush, sorry, the Tox, what am I on about Tox rebel ambush? It's Tox bomb. It's not helping out a lot because these buggies are at the back actually. And the Scorpion might actually clear up his own Tox bomb there. Scorpion taken out. I mean, this really is turning into a stalemate. This really is turning into a stalemate because, I mean, what are either player supposed to do? As soon as one player attacks, it just gets denied by buggies and the enemy general's promotion. So really is turning into a stalemate. Buggies once again, just like an hour ago, inside of RaGe's base, taking out his buildings. One did get sniped though by the Jarman, and the Scorpions are here now to chase this away. He's going to force fire his own buggy that got sniped. Did not expect this game to go this long. I expected it to be a longish game, maybe like half an hour, epic battle, epic replay, but not a 1 hour super marathon. Did not expect that. Radar van in the top. It's going to get taken out by the buggy of SiZe. I mean, like I said before, this replay is a couple of years old, but the reason I haven't casted it before is because I don't really like the look of this map, even though it's from C&C 3 and it was a pretty good map there. I feel like this map, although the design and all that is pretty unique and you could say pretty cool-ish, it's not the design I hate, it's actually the textures. It just doesn't look that great to look at. I mean, if you look at this, I mean, if you look at Gorge Drought Winter Edition or you look at Gorge Drought Desert Edition, it just looks kind of nice to look at. But this map, I think the reason subconsciously, now I think about it, why I haven't casted it before, is because just the textures, like the tarmac and more tarmac here and this brown color and stuff like that, it doesn't look that appealing to look at. It needs a more of a fresh look, I think. Maybe it needs like a winter edition or just all desert. If it all looked like this, it would look cool. All desert and all the supplies opened up there so you can actually mine from it properly. Sneak attack drop down from SiZe. I feel like I've said sneak attack probably like 100 times. Raw rebel ambush from the back, and that takes all of SiZe's buggies. Again. It's crazy. If we look at units destroyed, 218. 283 for size. How has he destroyed more? It must be like with them the tox bombs when it killed loads of workers and stuff like that. It's a crazy amount of units destroyed. I mean, buildings 13. Units lost 320. Units lost 220. So size has 10 units out, whereas RaGe has 16. But a load of them, I think, are I think they're rebels inside of the tunnel. siZe still has the superior number of buggies. I'm so confused how he has that. RaGe is doing a counter-attack, taking out one of the markets of siZe. Sneak attack denied. Well, it did kill one black market, so it achieved its purpose, really. And it forced siZe to go back, but now siZe is coming back inside of the base of RaGe. Is RaGe gonna lose? Is RaGe gonna lose the game? I'm not sure. You know, I don't know if he's gonna win. Dropped down a 5th black market, so economically he is ahead. But I mean, it's just siZe with these buggies in this Jarman. It's like something from the Rising Dead, a zombie that just won't die. You like shoot it and you shoot it and you shoot it. You're killing it with all these rebel ambushes, these overpowered rebel ambushes. You wipe out his army, and the next minute, stealth buggy's back in your base, surprise, with a Jarman kill. Just wrecking absolutely everything. And it seems like siZe has been doing that literally for the past hour. I mean, if you look at the Gen Tool timer on the top right, game-wise, we're approaching 1 hour. I just had a look on the other screen. Actually, 56 minutes the video's been going for. Maybe just a little bit less than that. But yeah, 59. So that timer at the top right seems a little bit higher than reality time. How long is this game? Don't tell me. I didn't even check the size of the replay. Normally I see the size and it's like 200 kilobytes. I know it's going to be an insane game. 100 kilobytes. No, it's going to be an insane game, but not crazy long. 300 kilobytes. Okay, that's going to be a DEF CON FFA or a DEF CON 3v3 mental madness. But this is a 1v1. This must be like 300, 400 kilobytes. This must be like. I mean, we're not really going to go to an hour and a half, are we? Or a 2-hour replay. This is absolutely insane. So RaGe has now got superior number of black markets. He's got 5 black markets against siZe's only got 3. But the thing is that players are not just spamming markets. They're carefully selecting when they're building the next market, because every dollar counts here. Every bit of money that you spend counts. If you spend it on a buggy and you lose that buggy, it might cost you the game. If you build a black market, or you build 2 black markets and you don't have enough army and a sneak attack in your base, you might lose the game. So every little decision here means the absolute world, or means that it might mean win or lose the game. It means like life or death if you're going to win the game or not. What I would like to see is the generals promotions, like who's got the next promotions ready, because I've not been keeping track. Obviously, the sneak attack for RaGe is ready. The Anthrax bomb's been dropped off. siZe is going to pop his units straight away, and I don't know if RaGe should pop, but he is going to pop anyway. Now he's got the greater number of black markets. Actually, he might just sacrifice units, because even if he kills this black market... Oh, rebel ambush as well. Tried to catch out the buggies from the right side. There is a palace here as well, so these scorpions are trapped, but as long as they kill one market, they've achieved their goal. Because RaGe, like I said, has the greater number. Oh, but he doesn't finish it. That's so annoying. But he still has the greater number. He's building another one as well. So RaGe might just be getting into this by building more and more black markets. He's got well, he's got a decent income now, to be fair. Looks like his money's going up, like, decently. So yeah, I have a feeling RaGe is taking the advantage here. I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's going to be on 7. That's his 7th that he's building. So he's got pretty much double the economy. More than double. Because that one's still down as well, which makes it even worse. RaGe dropping, sorry, siZe dropping down another black market in the south, though. Where is that? Was it this one? Maybe it was this one. So sneak attack detects stealth as well, because obviously that's detected. But I think it's only got a really close proximity. It's literally only there to detect stealth. So any further away, then it can't detect. Okay, so usually I don't need a drink in between casting these replays, but actually I think this is the longest replay I've ever casted. Now I've gone over an hour. Maybe I need to get a drink. It's not like I can take a break in a video. But yeah, we're still at a stalemate, but I think RaGe is slowly sneaking ahead because of the sheer amount of markets. That's what I'm feeling here. RaGe is sneaking ahead. But SiZe needs to see the amount of black markets that RaGe has got. But even if he sees it, is he going to be able to catch up? I think he thinks that RaGe has got less markets than he actually has. But RaGe actually has quite a few. Now he's going to finally see, and he might panic here and realize that he's way behind in terms of markets. He's going to snipe what he can and get the bounty. I mean, you see SiZe win before with less black markets. Actually, how is he catching up? 1, 2, 3... 4, 5 black markets now. Versus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so he's closing the gap. I mean, there's only a 5 versus 7 now, where it was much greater before. There's a stealth radar van still here from SiZe. And then SiZe is taking back a little bit of control of the map by clearing out that bunker there. I'd like to see SiZe repair some of these tunnels, but I think he's, again, saving every dollar, as we said before. Not building a worker to just repair them. I mean, they're still going to be able to pop units out if he needs to. RaGe took out the Toxin tractor there. And RaGe is creeping forward to his tunnel on the left. RaGe, on the other hand, is producing workers, so he's trying to build more buildings. I imagine more markets. SiZe. Oh, that's going to be a terror tech. That's going to hit as well. Really decent there from RaGe. And then he's actually popped out his units behind it. He's going to take out some buggies. Going to take out that tunnel. The buggies going to pop from the back. I think they are. So a lot of the army's been taken out, but the markets is RaGe's priority. He just wants to take out the markets. This battle bus is going to go roaming around the back and take out this tunnel. He's got the junk repair. So that bus is going to repair itself. And RaGe actually capturing a black market and has actually used the rebel ambush. I think this might be the end for SiZe. I think the game is finally tipping in RaGe's favor, like I said before, with the markets. But this attack was genius from RaGe. That terror tech to bait the shots and also kill the market, and then also that secondary kind of attack from RaGe was absolutely genius. Really, really well played. Another market has been dropped down from SiZe. SiZe is still not out. SiZe is literally like that zombie I said before, where he literally will not die. Everything RaGe has thrown at him, SiZe has just been like a real sharp thorn in RaGe's side. It's not going away no matter how much he tries. SiZe is still in it very, very much. Well, I mean, he's got 3 markets now. RaGe must be ahead now in terms of economy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So he's building his 8th. The really, really explosive truck is still alive, surprisingly, despite all the war that's been going on around it. Even buildings have been decimated around it. The really, really explosive truck has not even felt a little bit of heat to ignite and explode. Always confuses me. If you look at the map from a different angle, so let's say like RaGe is in the bottom left, it always confuses me and throws me massively off. I always have to look at it in the original way, otherwise it throws me off loads. So press 5 to get the camera back. John McKell killing loads of the angry mob. There is another market being dropped down from RaGe here, and SiZe is going to spot that. He must know he's behind in terms of black markets now, because just because the amount of army that RaGe has got here. I mean, how many 1v1 games go to 1 hour 7 minutes? Not many. And I mean, literally, we might be talking, we might be approaching 2 hours. I mean, C&C doesn't want to die. C&C does not want to die in this game. It's just buggies and scorpions back and forth, sneak attack back and forth, anthrax bomb back and forth, Jean-Michel versus Jean-Michel back and forth. These two players really, really evenly matched. Anthrax bomb deployed right on top of RaGe's tunnels. He's going to clear that instantly though with the scorpion. Going to lose that scorpion though. Tunnel going to go down as well, but most of C&C's army is going to go down. I really think what's tipping it in RaGe's favor is just the pickoffs of the black markets, just keeping that economy down. But would he still be in this situation if he'd have killed that oil much earlier? So remember, C&C had the oil for a large portion of the game, probably like 50% of the game at least, maybe more. And if RaGe had TT'd that earlier on in the game, would he be struggling in this position now? I mean, we're nitpicking. RaGe's done absolutely... Oh, as I say that, C&C has not got an answer for this. C&C does not want to die. The unkillable zombie has been killed. BiG-SiZe becomes little C&C, and Big RaGe takes this victory. Absolutely insane game. Like I said before, I think that's the longest 1v1 I've ever seen. 1 hour and 9 minutes. Just looking on the other screen though, I think the video's only been going for like 1 hour 6. So it just shows that that gentle timer where my mouse cursor is there is actually out by a couple of minutes, or 3 minutes rather. A little bit odd. I actually remember a topic where I think they were going to sync that with they were talking about it on the forums when they were going to sync it with the computer's timer, but actually at the moment it looks a little bit off. With my video recording software at least anyway. Units destroyed, loads more for RaGe, interestingly. 374 to 244. Is that just the anthrax bomb, or is that the rebel ambush coming into play there as well? Units destroyed. I mean, that's crazy. You look at these and they speak opposites, but I think it's like the area of effect stuff and the toxin radiation or whatever it is that is left behind. Doesn't count in one or the other of those. So yeah, units just constructed, loads more for RaGe. Probably a lot of that was the markets in the end, but also loads of tunnels as well, because he dropped down loads of tunnels in the beginning of the game, so I think that's a large proportion of it too. Buildings lost, RaGe lost loads. I think it was them buggies from C&C, like throughout the whole game. Just like I said before, the zombie buggies just won't go away with the Jarman was that really decent combination from C&C. But yeah, I'm surprised C&C managed to survive so long, considering RaGe had the army advantage and actually took control of the complete middle and had those 2 supplies in the middle. So that's like, he had doubled the economy of C&C at one point because he had those 2 supplies in the middle. So it's absolutely crazy. He still collected 40k more and had more markets in the end. And C&C just survived so long. It just shows what a great player C&C is, an absolute beast. So yeah, GG's well played to both players. Did you enjoy this replay? Is this the longest 1v1 you've ever seen? Is this the best Tox versus GLA you've ever seen in your life? Or best GLA mirror you've ever seen? Or maybe the best game you've ever seen in Zero Hour? It's one of my probably... It's in my top 20 or top 10. I do prefer to watch certain matchups. So skill level wise, yeah, this may be the top 5 or top 10 replays you've ever seen. But just entertainment wise, I prefer to see like a mix of armies. Like I prefer to see like tank versus stealth, or tank versus GLA is one of my favorites to watch, as I always say. But yeah, let me know in the comments if this is your favorite matchup. Do you enjoy these kind of games? I know it wasn't the typical bunkery GLA, so like the black market spam and scud spam. It wasn't like that. There was action. You can't say there wasn't action throughout this whole game. There was literally action throughout the whole of it. So yeah, let me know in the comments what you thought about it. If you enjoyed this replay and the commentary, remember to hit the like button. If you're new around here, don't forget to subscribe. GG, and I'll see you in the next video.